Hi pals, this is Happy Dinosaur 8000 coming to you with another movie review. Today I am reviewing the classic Superman film, the classic superhero film, Superman the movie from 1978, directed by Richard Donner, or director of I think I forget most of his filmography is very varied and filmed with a lot of very good movies. He's ranging from Scrooged all the way to around. I can't remember the name. And I think The Exorcist. I'm not sure if he directed that, but I might be mixed up with someone. But still, and written by the guy who wrote the original Godfather, other movie. This is a very great film, with both writing and directing, with very good chemistry between in the two leads. He's and also the main antagonist. I say two leads because Lois Lane is kind of a big part of the story, as much as Superman is to some extent. And like the Superman franchise is basically several things. And comic book cheese in general, or like the comic book medium, like every genre, in my opinion, has a certain level of cheese, and certain types of cheese. Like with horror films, you want a lot of gore, swearing, nudity, and that kind of stuff, along with the tone, that kind of stuff. But like with comic book films, superhero films in general, I basically seek the cheese. I like the cheese in them. I love the relationships between the characters when they work and adapted. I like how sweet it is with that. I like the bad guys' ridiculous plans, and but basically here's the plot. But I like too. I like the amazing action in them most of the time. I am the amount of philosophy in them to some extent. I'm gonna go over the plot, and I mean this time. And you all pretty much know what because the story has been basically around for over 70 years. Here's Clark Kent, and originally named Kal-El, is sent to Earth from Krypton by his father Jor-El, who before sending him sentences Zod to being in the Phantom Zone, thus setting up for Superman 2. And once Kal-El lands Earth, he is then adopted by the Kents and named Clark Kent. And after that, we see Clark Kent and at high school with his friend Lana Lang. And Lana Lang is actually an interesting character in the comics because Superman actually has a lot of love interest. He actually has a lot of love interests. Basically for like a while back then, Lana Lang and Lois Lane were fighting over both Lois Lane and Lana Lang were fighting over Superman and Clark Kent, and also this one other superpowered alien princess named Maximoff wanted to marry Superman. She's like Superman, marry me, damn it. I mean, I want you as my king. And he's like, I got eyes on Lois Lane. Whatever about that. But essentially, everything's going nice. Is for the most part, aside from not getting invited to the party ready by the jocks. But Clark Kent is happy, be with his home life until he'll come back home with his dad having a heart attack, old Pa Kent. And then he's grieving even for a bit at the funeral, like, all those powers, I couldn't save him. Which is very understandable. Why be kind of feeling guilty too, to some extent. Like if I was superhuman and could not do crap to save if someone I loved. But and after that, at Superman and Clark Kent, and goes to his Pa Kent's shed and finds in something of Kryptonian crystal technology. He basically tells his mom, he's like, "Ma, I gotta move out for a bit and kind of figure myself out." And she's like, "Where are we going?" Like, "Up north." And somebody goes up north to the North Pole. Well, and throws the crystal, creating the Fortress of Solitude, and then talking to his dad and his biological father from the planet Krypton, Jor-El, who educates him on many of Kryptonian sciences stuff, as well as human science. It's basically saying stuff like, "You are not to interfere with Earth's history, and you must help them, Kal-El. They are good people. They just lack the power or to find the way. You must show them the way." It's actually pretty good. Good. And like after that, we see him in the Superman suit for a few seconds. Then we see Clark Kent and get a job. The planet. What I found kind of cute though is he basically is like with his boss. He's like, um, it's like, "Boss, can you give half my paycheck to my mom? I'm with a farm. I'm in Kansas." And just I just thought that was kind of interesting. Everything he's taking care of it, or his one last parent. Right, and he meets Lois Lane. They run into a mugger. Weird things happen. Superman saves Lois was from a helicopter accident. And one thing that's interesting, well, like the old Superman cartoon is that they reference it in this movie with the phone booth. Like Superman is running to get in his costume, and he looks at this one phone booth like, nah, that ain't gonna work. And it's actually very interesting. And what happens next? Like he basically gives Lois Lane insane in the following. He's like, "Oh, I'm just a friend." And when she asks him who he is, then Superman and does a lot of superheroic stuff, not in a montage. I was like, we actually see him do it in full entirety. We see him arrest. We see him move a boat filled with criminals, bring them to the police. We see him take a cat out of the tree and give it to a little girl. And we also see him arrest a burglar climbing a wall. And Lex Luthor is like, this Superman might cause a challenge for me. I'm gonna get rid of him. Then gets kryptonite. Tonight, after basically, I can't remember. Remember he basically like it's either before or after getting the kryptonite. Lex Luthor and his goons rig a bunch of nuclear warheads to explode California or New Jersey, which I think for California could honestly be an improvement at this point because of how much of a shithole it is. But essentially, Superman and it's duped into putting on a he gets duped into opening a box with a kryptonite necklace, and then gets it put on him by Lex Luthor, who tries to drown him in the pool. Well, and Superman is then saved by Lex Luthor or his girlfriend or friend, and then he saves all of California or New Jersey. Failing to save Lois, he travels back in time so he can save Lois. And we end with Superman and bringing Lex Luthor over to the police. And the guy's like, "Thank you, Superman." He's like, "Nah, nah, nah. We're part of the same team, Immortan." And flying off in the camera, smiling while and the end credits play. And that's Superman the movie. Very good film. This is actually one of the only ones I will give a 10 out of 10. And dinosaur approval. That's my review. Have a good day, everyone. Chomp chomp and goodbye.